Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the third video in my product play kit for the month of February 2021. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So today, if you remember, we are featuring the Fine Art Floral and Sand and Sea Suites. Today we are going to be making a card from the Sand and Sea Suite. Here is the project sheet. You can find this on my blog, as well as the other two videos that we have already done for the month of February. This gives you all the measurements and the supplies that you need in order to make the project that we're going to be making today. All right, so here's the card we're going to be making today. This was a really fun card to put together. I'll be honest, the whole sand and sea thing is not my cup of tea, but I had fun playing with it. And I'm going to show you how to take that pearl paper that is part of this suite and make it into different colors. So that's actually what we're gonna do first to get started so that it has some time to dry. Okay, so what you're gonna need is, this is my very professional box that I spray things in. So what I have done is I have 3 pieces of this pearl paper, and I've just cut them up into the sizes that I need for my 3 different shapes, okay? And I'm gonna do one at a time. I'm gonna start with the Melon Mambo color, and what I have done is I have 3 what we call Stampin Spritzers here, okay? These are filled with alcohol, rubbing alcohol, 70%. And then I drop like between 5 and 10 drops of the re-inkers into it, depending on how concentrated I want my color to be. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna start with the Melon Mambo. I'm just gonna shake it up so that color is not separated. And basically, I mean, this is just a mister. And I always like to start by spray it off somewhere so that you're making sure you get, and then just come back here and spray it. And because it has the alcohol in it, it will dry rather quickly, which is nice. Okay, so I'm gonna set that one aside. I'm gonna take, this one is our Seaside spray color. Now, this one's a little bit lighter than the Melon Mambo, so it doesn't show up as well, but once it dries, it does. So I'll show you that after it dries. And then the last one I'm going to do is Sahara, or not, excuse me, not Sahara sand, So Saffron. This is my So Saffron color. And spray that really good. Okay, just let that, so now I'm gonna take these and just set them aside for a few minutes, these pieces of paper. Let them dry while we work on other parts of the card. All right. Okay, so going back to the card, here it is. We'll put it right up here so you can see it. I'm gonna begin with my Melon Mambo card base and fold that in half. Use my bone folder to get a nice crisp fold. And then I've taken some of the DSP. These are probably, these 2 right here are my 2 favorite prints in this paper. I don't know why I love the sand dollar print so much, but I really do. And then I really like this this multi one that has all the different colors from the suite in it. So I'm going to start by gluing that on there. And this piece of paper right here is 3 1/4 by 4. Okay, and that just centers onto the card. And then next, we're going to take the sand dollar piece of paper, and this measures 2 1/2 by 4 1/4, and it lays the opposite direction. It's about 1 inch in from our edge here. In fact, I'm gonna use my paper. You can use your grid paper to help you figure out where that inch is. You line it up. Okay. And then next I have some vellum. I liked the vellum because I could get another layer, which is what I wanted, but at the same time it didn't cover up the DSP. So this vellum measures 2 1/4 by 4. And since it's vellum, you have to be careful where you place your adhesive because it will show through the vellum. So as you can see on the card, down here I cover up the vellum, and over here on the right side I cover the vellum. So that's where I'm actually going to put my adhesive, is I'm going to put it, so I have to think opposite of where I would be placing it. So I'm going to put some down here, and I'm going to put a little bit over here that will be covered up. And then I'll flip that and center that on my papers. Oh, try again, it didn't quite. Actually, that's just a little, oh, I may be committed. Okay, not to worry. Okay, great, now we have that done. And to give our shapes just a few more minutes, we're gonna work on this saying. The saying says, "Happy birthday to my beautiful friend." And I'm going to take and stamp that in Melon Mambo. I have several of you that I know that love Melon Mambo as a color, and I thought about you the whole time I was making this card. All right, let's make sure I can get this straight. I'm stamping it. Oh, pretty good job. I'm stamping it in the center because I'm going to take it's called the Banner Pick-a-Punch, and it has 2 different sides. It has a side that flags it, and it has a side that creates a point. So today we're going to use the side that creates the point. I'm going to slide that into my punch till it stops, and I'll flip it over so you can see the paper is sitting right there. And then I'm going to punch, okay? And then pull that out so that I have that. And I'm going to also take some linen thread, and we're going to wrap some on the back of this. So what I like to do is, you have your thumb and your first 2 fingers. I just like to take and hold the end of my thread through my first 2 fingers, or the first and third finger. And then I'm just going to wrap it around once and then go around again twice. And depending on how wide you spread your fingers, obviously will depend on how much you get. But it's about 12 inches by the time you get it done. And then I'm going to take and just put some adhesive on the back side of this. And I'm going to take and just lay down, I don't think I got enough adhesive there. There we go. I'm just going to lay down the thread and push it into that adhesive, and then kind of play with it a little bit so that it looks a little bit messier than what you don't want it to look so uniform when you lay it down. So that looked too straight. So let's see here. And I don't want that end sticking out, so I'm going to take and bring that. Okay, this is being difficult. I'm going to just tuck the end in right there. Then I'm going to take this and just lay it right there. Perfect. Okay, see how messy that looks? And that's the look I'm going for. It's kind of a messy look. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take a couple of dimensionals and just put them right over the top of that thread to hold that in place. And then it also obviously serves as my dimensionals to put this on when I'm ready for it. All right, so set that aside. Now we're going to go back to our pieces of paper. They're still a little bit damp, but they will do what we need them to do. Probably could have done some more on that blue. That's okay. All right, so we're going to take the Melon Mambo ink and stamp our sand dollar like that. And then we're going to take the So Saffron ink and stamp our star. And then last but not least, we will take this Seaside spray color and stamp our shell. Okay. And now we need to cut them out. So let's see here. Here is, put those aside. I'm going to bring in, today I'm using the Big Boss because I wanted to be able to cut everything at once and make sure I had space for it. So I'm gonna lay all my pieces on here, and then I'm going to use, because this is not a magnetic platform, I like to use these little these post-it tag things to help hold down the framelit so that it stays where I want it as it goes through. Let's take the star and put this one down. And then last but not least, our baby shell. There's lots of fun shells to choose from in this stamp set, and they are beautiful. If you have a beach friend that likes the beach, these would be perfect as a card. All right, we're gonna take and run these through really quickly. All right, that didn't feel right because I forgot my other part of the platform. Let's see, where is it? It's buried here in my drawer. All right, so when you're doing die cuts, I didn't have enough resistance there. When you're doing die cuts, you have to have platforms 1 and 2 to make sure you have the height that you need. All right, we'll try this again. There we go, that feels much better. All right, move that out of our way. And now we have our 3, and now the cool thing, I don't know if you can see, but this paper is, it's like shimmery like a pearl would be. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. It adds just, I don't know, it's just really pretty. It adds just a different touch to your card than regular paper would. Okay, now that we have our 3 shells, we're going to come back in here with our card, and we're going to layer things on. So I'm going to start by putting on my saying, my sentiment. Okay. It goes right about here. And then, okay, so this, I'm going to be covering the corner of my tag up here. So I want to make sure that I put my dimensional a little over to the right so that it's not, it doesn't get in my way. And then I am going to add a little bit of adhesive right there so that it sticks to my tag. The one thing you do have to be careful about this paper is you do need to make sure you let things dry on it after you've stamped on it or whatever, because it does tend to smear if you don't. Okay, I learned that the hard way. All right, I'm going to then take and put my star on next. Just layer it over here on the side, and then my little seashell. I remember finding seashells as a kid. I don't know if you've ever done that, but I always loved walking along the beach, and it was always such a treasure to find the smallest I can't even say that, seashell. All right, the last thing we're gonna do is finish with these opal rounds. And I think I've said this before, but these are my most favorite thing in the mini catalog. They're just fun and pretty, and I like how they're clear. I'm gonna take and just slide one down here, and I'm using the smaller ones, just the smaller ones on this card. Do one right here, and I'll finish, oh, where'd that go? All right, I'm gonna finish with one right here. Okay, so this card really is fairly easy. You saw how quickly that went together. Like I said, if you want the project sheet for this card, you need to go to my blog, which is www.myflutterbymoments.com, and you will be able to find the project sheet for this one, and also the project sheets for projects 1 and 2, and also the videos that go along with that. If you're interested in getting the kit, you can email me at simplystampinfun@gmail.com, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.